So in the early going this morning, Tesla is a bit down, even as the market is up. Not a very much of a something burger, more like a nothing burger, but I thought it would be good to just take a minute to think about it, holistically this morning. Tesla is being buffeted by all kinds of news, positive and negative. We'll be covering some of both here just in a second. At the end of the day, I know you guys, most of you don't need to hear this, but there's always new people coming in, or maybe we just all need to remember this from time to time. You either believe that Robotaxi and Optimus will happen, or you don't believe it. If you believe it, then Tesla is wildly underpriced. I mean, dramatically underpriced, as we've talked about with Basher and others. It should probably be at 3,000 right now. If you don't believe that Robotaxi and Optimus are going to happen, then it's wildly overpriced. That is pretty much the entire story. But in the meantime, you have people on both sides of that, and you've got Elon Musk, of course, as maybe the second most interesting character in the world right now. And deservedly so, based on what he's already accomplished in his 53 years, I think it is. That's why I cover him. That's why you're interested. He's a wild and crazy character. But again, that'll be pointed out too in the news just from this morning. I'm going to switch from that for a minute to a rumor that I've been a little bit reluctant to report on, but it's growing a lot of legs. And it does make sense. It's within the realm of possibility. So I'm going to go ahead and report it. So this is from TCM 1907. He says, Tesla, here's an update regarding the rumor that Tesla has provided its suppliers with production guidance for Optimus to produce 600 units per week by the end of 2025. That's, 100 units basically per day by the end of this year. Industry chain research indicates that Tesla has already placed the orders, with productions then increasing month by month after that. It is estimated by the end of the year, the annualized production capacity can reach 30,000 units, with further significant expansion in 2026. So in other words, the run rate at the end of 2025 will be 30,000, with significant expansion in 2026. Obviously, if we're going to get to 50 to 100,000 units in 2026, you need to expand that run rate. And then if you're going to get to 500,000 in 2027, you have to dramatically continue to expand the run rate. So Tesla will soon update Optimus's progress, with mass production officially starting in the second quarter. So again, this is unofficial rumors. When do they actually start building on, I would call it the pilot line? Not like 100 a day, but maybe it's 10 a day. I don't know. Maybe it's 1,000 at one time, and then they don't make any for a few weeks. I don't know, have any idea how that's going to be set up, but we know that they're planning to put 1,000 to 5,000 into operation shortly. Currently, the main factor restricting the development of human robots is the high cost. I don't think that's true. I think that's completely wrong. If Tesla can explore feasible cost reduction solutions in 2025, this year is expected to be the first year of mass production for humanoid robots. I just don't think that is reliable. All right. But that would be what Larry would say, by the way. And I, Larry, smart guy, and I have him on the show twice a week because of that. So maybe it is costing 100,000 per bot right now. I don't know. We'll see. All right. From investing.com. On Wednesday, Wedbush Securities increased its price target on Tesla to 550, up from 515. So Dan Ives is at it again. The firm continues to recommend an outperform rating for the electric vehicle manufacturer. According to Investing Pro data analyst, targets for Tesla currently range from 125 to 528. So now this 550 is the newest high. The adjustment in the price target reflects Wedbush's heightened confidence in Tesla's growth trajectory, particularly regarding the company's delivery demand outlook for 2025 and the accelerated progress towards autonomous driving tech. According to Wedbush, recent interactions with political figures in Washington, D.C. have bolstered the firm's belief that the Trump administration will significantly advance Tesla's autonomous and artificial intelligence initiatives over the next 4 years. While Tesla remains a good financial health score, On Investing Pro, analysts expect revenue growth of 3% for full year 2024. That will be a joke. That will not age well. The analyst from Wedbush expressed optimism about the potential impact of the current political climate, calling the next 4 years a total game changer for Tesla's automotive business. The sentiment underscores the belief that supportive policies will benefit Tesla as they push forward with innovative technologies. Moreover, Wedbush stands by its bull case, setting a target of $650 for Tesla stock by 2025, by the end of 2025. This optimistic outlook is based on the expectation Tesla will continue to lead in electric vehicle sector and make significant strides in autonomous driving. The outperform rating indicates a positive forecast. They just say the same thing over and over again. They just wanted to make the article long. Globally News has this. See, now I'm going to give you the other side. Research and consulting firm Brand Finance says its estimate of Tesla's brand value has fallen for the second straight year from $58.3 billion to $43 billion due to Musk's behavior and the company's aging vehicle lineup. Well, so if you want to find out if something is biased, then you just look at the words. So we have in the Tesla lineup, we have 6 vehicles, 5 vehicles. Anyway, we have Sexy and we have Cybertruck. That's 5. Well, the S and the X, they're meaningless at this point. The Model 3 just had its upgrade. We have the Model Y getting its upgrade, and Cybertruck's only a year old. I don't know what they're talking about with the aging vehicle lineup. The Tesla brand has a very loyal customer base, but Musk's own toxic behavior, including reported substance abuse. Oh my goodness. He doesn't, anyway. Political extremism, depends on how you're looking at it. Arguably inciting violence on his platform. What? So this represents shareholder risk that few other companies would tolerate. There's also a lot of worry from, the end of that article. There's a lot of worry from Gary Black and others about the end of the IRA subsidy. But here's what Elon Musk says about that subject. And I roughly agree with Elon, roughly, not completely. I guess that there would be like some impact, but I think it would be devastating for our competitors and for Tesla slightly. Musk said on a call with analysts after, that was a year ago. But the long term probably actually helps Tesla would be his guess. The value of Tesla overwhelmingly is autonomy. So I take you back to my original statement, which is you either believe in autonomy or you don't. All right, so let's see. Jamie Dimon, I think he's Jewish. In fact, I think, his mom probably calls him Jaime. Jamie Dimon is apparently is very, very worried about Elon's, anti-Semitism, his Nazi salute, all that kind of stuff. Because here's what he had to say this morning. He says, Elon and I hugged it out. Dimon told CNBC in a TV interview at the World Economic Forum annual event in Davos, Switzerland on Wednesday. The guy is our Einstein, the JP Morgan chief said. I'd like to be helpful to him and his companies as much as we can. Dimon's remarks come after the U.S. banking giant late last year, agreed to drop a lawsuit filed against Tesla in 2021, seeking $162 million for fees that were not earned. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? This is Randy Kirk. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please hit notify. As usual today, no, well, not exactly as usual. Scott says he'll be back in March. But right now, we've got Brian Wong, who will be on tonight at the 7:45 slot, along with Jeff Lutz, who will be on at roughly 5 o'clock. Hit the Patreon button. It's been we got a little bit of a slow period here with regard to people joining Patreon. It's time for a few of you to step up. Elon continues to say that the massive data center project announced yesterday by President Trump is far from being fully funded. He says SoftBank has well under 10 billion of the 100 billion compared to the 500 billion secured, and he has that on good authority. So, they're competitors, and so you have to take that into consideration. But Elon doesn't lie. He exaggerates. And he commonly is wrong about his timelines, but he doesn't lie. So it's just not in his character. All right, CNBC says this morning, here's another Jamie Dimon quote. Boy, Jamie's getting a lot from this morning. Well, of course, he's in Davos, and there's a lot of folks up there looking for quotes. He says, told CNBC Wednesday that looming tariffs that President Donald Trump is expected to slap on U.S. trading partners should be viewed positively. Sorry for that dramatic pause. But yes, Jamie Dimon thinks they should be viewed positively. It's a little inflationary, maybe, but it's good for national security. So be it. I mean, get over it. So he says national security trumps a little bit of inflation. He's not worried about it, and neither am I. The conference board, nobody pays any attention to, of leading economic indicators index for the U.S. increased by 0.3% in November 2024 to 99.7, nearly reversing the 0.4% decline in October. Over the 6-month period between May and November, the LEI declined by 1.6, slightly less than the 1.9% decline over the previous 6 months. The U.S. LEI rose in November for the first time, according to senior manager, that's since 2022. Senior manager, Justiana Zabinska-Lamanica. A rebound in building permits, continued support from equities, improvement in average hours worked in manufacturing, and fewer initial unemployment claims boosted the LEI in November. It's worth noting that the gains in building permits were not widespread geographically or by building type. They were concentrated mostly in the Northeast and Midwest. Overall, the rise in LEI is a positive sign for future economic activity in the U.S. The conference board currently forecasts U.S. GDP to expand by 2.7% in 2024. The growth to slow to 2% in 2025. I think that will not age well, and maybe that's why nobody's paying attention to the economic conference. Now, maybe they're looking at the government job cuts. That could have an impact, and the government procurement cuts. The conference board's coincident economic index for the U.S. improved by 0.1% in November. Why are they only reporting November? I mean, I understand. I don't understand. As a result, the CEI increased by 0.6% in the 6-month period. The CEI's component indicators, payroll, employment, personal income, less transfer payments, manufacturing and trade sales, and industrial production are included among the data that was determining that. Lagging economic index for the U.S. increased by 0.3%. So increases all around in November. I would like to know about December. At the end of January? Inc. magazine. I never quote Inc. magazine. They're I was published in Inc. magazine many years ago, got paid for my article in Inc. magazine about going from vertical to virtual, which is an Elon Musk thing. I went from virtual to vertical before Elon Musk was in business. In 1982, I went from virtual to vertical and wrote an article for Inc. magazine in 1993 on the subject. Global fund managers are so bullish on the new administration that they are holding the lowest level of cash in almost 4 years, according to Bank of America. So far in January, the firm's clients' biggest allocation is squarely in U.S. equities, while investors have left 3.9% in cash. That is the lowest since 2021. Historically, when cash allocations drop below 4%, it's a sell signal, according to strategists. In any case, institutional enthusiasm for stocks remains high. 41% of BofA clients are overweight global stocks, while investors cut allocations to bonds. Oh, really? No kidding. That might begin to switch. There could be the great rotation. Maybe we're going to see, with the stretch in equities, maybe we're going to see them pull back a bit, 5-10%, as 10%. We just had a 5%. We need to pull back 10% at least, and maybe that money will pour into bonds, reducing the interest rates. Here are the 3 most crowded trades right now. Long Magnificent 7. That's not going to change. Long U.S. dollar. That's not going to change. Long crypto, I don't know. When asked whether asset classes will be the top, which asset classes will be the top performer of 2025, 27% of fund managers said equities, followed by Bitcoin at 14%. This is from the Leo Terrell. Just a little last thing here on good political news. Attention, this is Leo Terrell, by the way, is senior counsel in the Department of Justice. Attention to the Board of Trustees of all colleges and universities allowing anti-Semitic behavior to take place on your campuses. You have a fiduciary duty to protect Jewish students. Expect a letter from me in the immediate future. You go, Leo. All right, so how is all of this now impacting stocks? Now, remember, Tesla was down a lot. Well, it was down 6, 7 overnight. Then it was up 2, 3, 4, 5 in the early trading, and then it went back down like 6, 7, and now it is down $1.37 with the market nice. Now it's up. Wow, that was a quick change. I think it just took a minute for my app to update. It's now only down 80 cents. Apple similarly down 93 cents. The Dow is up 122.99. The NASDAQ is up 248. The S&P is up 40. The rest of the Magnificent Seven is all up, with NVIDIA having a very good day at 575 up. Microsoft up 11. Meta up 10. Amazon up 4. I mean, yeah, all of them up nicely. Then we've got the Magnificent, so then we have the other Magnificent Seven. Now we have the Cathie Woods, which I like to follow. By the way, for those of you who are new, I talk about the Cathie Wood stocks as a block, which I keep on my app as a block because they are all in innovative companies that sometimes are impacted in the same way as Tesla. So it kind of gives us a little bit of a better understanding of how Tesla might be moving on any given day. It's becoming less and less relevant as Tesla becomes bigger and bigger in terms of its market cap, but it's still interesting to me. Hope it's interesting to you. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so now the Magnificent, I did it again. The Cathie Woods are all up at PayPal, which is only down 4 cents. All right, so Tesla is about to go into the green again, down 39 cents at this point. The percentage mark are Dow is up 0.29, NASDAQ up 1.27, S&P up 0.67, and Tesla down 0.16 at this point. All right, let's go ahead and look at bonds. I got things just bothering me here. Okay, here we go. Starting with the 30-year, up 1.3 this morning, but still under 4.6 on the 10-year. The 2-year up 0.2, basically unchanged, and the 1 month up 1.2, similar to the 10-year. Okay, so but liking that the 10-year is staying under 4.6 at 4.585. All right, let's go to oil. Continues down another 17 cents. We're at 75.66. As I mentioned last night, I would not be surprised at all to see oil continuing to fall all the way to around $60 a barrel. That would kind of be my expectation. And then stay there. I mean, literally get range bound in the 55 to 65 area, depending on, international stuff. But what's going to happen? Why is it going to go down so much? Well, first of all, because U.S. is going to produce a lot. Second of all, because Argentina is going to produce a lot. Third of all, because we're solving what's happening in Israel. And fourth of all, because we're going to solve what's happening in Ukraine. When all that's done, oil is going to drop, and it's going to be $59 a barrel. Natural gas this morning back up a little, 1.7 at 3.82, but still well under $4. Gold up another 640 at all-time highs now, 27.65. Silver actually dropping this morning a little bit, down 0.73 at 31.25 cents. Copper down 1% at $4.29, staying really very much in a range there. The dollar, it's a 2-week low, but it's still super high. Okay, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry. Bitcoin down 2,130, 104,308. So, okay, new range. I think it's going to be very surprising to see Bitcoin go under 100 based on the current climate. But the range, of course, that I've had used to be 94 to 108. I'm going to say that range is now like 98,000 to 108. That's kind of where we're starting to see a begin. Now, I think it was wasn't it Nicholas last night? Didn't he say he thinks Bitcoin might go down and even test some lows, get below the 90s? We'll see. I don't think he was saying that with massive confidence. I think he was saying it could, just like he said that Tesla could go down and test 360. And I believe that's true. It could happen. I absolutely could happen. Okay. Going back one last time. All right. So remember now, we got Larry around 5 o'clock. Oh, Larry, that's Wednesday. Jeff Lutz around 5 o'clock. We have got Brian Wong talking about the technical side. We'll talk about fundamentals too, but he'll talk about how he's seeing the technicals as he studies that. And that'll be at 7:45. Usually I try to do that exactly at 7:45. And then that's what we got for today. So hit notify so you're reminded of all that. I'm sitting here trying to make, trying to talk to see Tesla go into green, but sorry, folks, it is still slightly 0.06% in the red as we close today. It has been great. Oh, last night, Brian White and I went over his 10 top questions for Elon Musk next week. And so I'll put that card right there. It's been great talking to you. If I could get out of here.